Physical gaming was born in November of 1976 in the United States of America. The Fairchild Channel F, or Channel Fun, was the first home console to use physical cartridges. The system sold for $169.95 at the time, which is equivalent to approximately $940 today. The cartridges, known as video carts, sold for $19.95 each, or just over $100 in today's currency. For about 7 years, the industry grew and more electronics companies entered the market with their own consoles and games. Then, in 1983, the whole industry came crashing down as the market was filled with overly expensive, low-quality games and so many options that consumers simply couldn't make an informed, proper decision. Analysts proclaimed video games were a fad, something that had come and would now be gone. Nintendo stepped to the plate and with their innovative marketing reinvigorated the game market. The NES was marketed more as a toy, which Nintendo had excelled at producing for years beforehand. Their Hanafuda cards had been very popular, even having partnered with Disney to feature their characters on the cards. They survived in the struggling toy market by rapidly releasing new toys and marketing in the relatively short shelf life toys had in Japan. The first light gun, programmable drum sets, and then the NES made them king of the world. For years, with the NES and then the SNES, they were locked in a heated battle for market share with Sega and PC manufacturers. The quality of games skyrocketed. New innovations, new media, new franchises. The Wii introduced many non-gamers to the gaming world. Their incredible lines of handhelds kept gamers playing on the go, young and old. Then, the Nintendo Switch changed the world. The Nintendo Switch is the go-to system for many genres of game. It's beloved for its dual purpose. Portable and dockable. Playable at home. Or in the car. Or on a plane. Play it on the bus to grandma's house. JRPGs, visual novels, indie games, all became massive draws for the system. Many gamers would consider it the only modern console to properly enjoy a vast, diverse library of these genres on. It's so popular, the Nintendo tax is even a thing, where games simply resell for more on the system, as it is the preferred console for people to experience them on. This all happened on a system that is literally a generation behind its competition in the specs and power of the system. The Switch was a miraculous golden goose for Nintendo, and they knew it. Hubris often leads to heartbreak, though, and on April 2nd of this year, Nintendo ran their long-awaited Switch 2 Direct live on YouTube. Nintendo is arguably the most successful and powerful video game company on the planet. They literally can have or do anything they want. And therein lies the problem. Firstly, let's talk about the presentation of the Direct itself. I'm a streamer. I'm a video editor. I'm a YouTuber. I know how it feels to truly screw something up when the stakes are on the line. I screwed up the audio so bad on my first official stream for Premium Edition games that I was the butt of jokes for weeks. It was awful. Here's the thing though. I'm not Nintendo. I'm not a multi-billion-dollar conglomerate with near limitless resources. When about halfway through the Direct, I looked up from playing Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive and saw Survival Kids while the Japanese narrator talked about Final Fantasy VII Remake, I was aghast. They had just pulled a Cold Knights. The difference? 10 people were watching my stream when I murdered the audio on it. How many hundreds of thousands of people were watching this as Nintendo dropped the ball while they were taking their Switch 2 victory lap? Disastrous. And concerning. If they'll the most important announcement they've probably ever made, what do you think they'll do with the launch, production, and games for the Switch 2? I could go on for hours about every little thing I have concerns with about the Switch 2. A Joy-Con mouse? Lousy, poor track record proven voice chat? An LCD screen? These are minor concerns for sure. If they had been all I was concerned about, that would be great. This would feel like a win. Nope. There is more. So much more. Let's start with the price of the games. This is going to piss some people off, and I literally don't care. I don't want to hear about inflation. I don't want to hear about Trump's tariffs. I don't want to hear about poor developers and gaming execs not getting paid enough. If you are willing to pay $90 for a physical copy of a video game, you are bad at being a consumer. Period. Any reasoning you can give for willingly paying more for something that hasn't made vast improvements over its predecessors is pure stupidity at worst and blatant and complete ignorance at best. I said this when we went to $70 for AAA games. I said this when it was rumored Rockstar wanted to set the price for GTA 6 at $100, which I promise is going to happen now thanks to Mario Kart World. If you don't understand why paying more is a bad thing, you can't be saved. Your complicity with this pricing structure and scheme will cost us all millions of dollars more to enjoy the games we love. That isn't okay. It isn't okay for Nintendo to ask that, and it isn't okay for you to fork over the cash. It just isn't. Let's move on to the price of the console. The Nintendo Switch 2 is not a PlayStation 5. It is not an Xbox. It will at best be a very late equal in power to them, but likely will be less powerful than both. It would be nice if we knew. It would be nice if, Nintendo talked about the actual specs of the console during their incredible earth-shattering direct. There is no prudence in keeping good news a secret. If they aren't telling you, it's because the news is bad. And oh, remember how I talked about it being an LCD screen? That's because they'll charge you another $150 extra for the OLED Switch 2, which will be some ridiculous price of $550 or $600 a few years down the line. Why does this happen? Because we let Sony do it with the PlayStation 5. We let them. I watched people literally race to give them like $900 for a slightly upgraded PlayStation. Too bad there isn't a Darwin Awards for gamers. The icing on the cake? Keycards. This has got to be the stupidest idea I have ever heard of. Does anyone remember the Famicom writable disc kiosks in Japan? There's a reason why that technology never came here. We want properly manufactured, complete on-disc games. We don't want to download patches and updates, let alone most of the game because Nintendo or the developer was too lazy, stingy, or so intent on an all-digital future that they didn't care to. This is bad for everyone. The problem with digital games was always what we do when the power is out, the service is defunct, or if we want to play our games in some dystopian apocalyptic future. Well, now at least a good portion of your lovely new Switch games will come with a fraction of the game on the cart for the full price. At first, I thought maybe this would only be the shitty, retread ports and old games you see as code in box at Walmart or Target for $20. Well, nope. We now know that one of the announcements everyone loved during the Direct is the first victim. Yup, Bravely Default. Though it is a decade-old handheld game, will be a key cart game. What a joke. But not a funny joke. The kind where the audience is awkwardly silent and a few people get up and leave. The worst thing about all this is the Nintendo fanboys out there defending this like crazy online. I have seen many creators like myself, much larger than myself, get harangued by Nintendo cucks for even speaking out about this travesty. Do it all you want to me. I don't care. I'm not buying this. Go spend $600 or $700 to set up your dream Switch 2 on launch day. Enjoy your blank game cards and downloads. Enjoy paying $90 for physical games. I, for one, will not. I won't be part of this. Remember where you were the day physical gaming died.